Talk. What up, people? Salute to the chat, man. I see y'all already in there. We got some things to address, man. A couple things to talk about. Subscribe to the channel, number one, first and foremost. I want to go ahead and talk about Dizaster, man, and King of the Dot. If y'all remember, a couple months back, we had a nice little fallout with Dizaster and King of the Dot. Now, King of the Dot really didn't do too much responding. There was a lot of shit going down with Dizaster on social media. Expressing his feelings. Time has passed now. We seen Dizaster on the URL once versus Tay-Rock. He was in the Body movie that is yet to be released. Some may say King of the Dot has lost momentum this year due to everything that Smack and everything that RBE has been doing so far and getting ready to do. Some feel like KOTD kind of lost a little bit of steam. So with that being said, man, I want to know from y'all, does Dizaster and King of the Dot need to settle their differences? Do these two parties actually need each other more than what meets the eye? T7M Radio Live, man. We about to get into this debate. Links are in the description box, man. We got the Facebook Battle Rap Debate group. Appreciate all the new subscribers for joining in. Again, shout out to the chat. We got the girl Smoke in the building. So with me, man, as far as the situation go, I don't think KOTD needs Dizaster. I don't think Dizaster needs King of the Dot. To be honest, Dizaster doesn't even have to battle again, man. I think you are bugging out if you don't put Dizaster already on the battle rap Mount Rushmore. I know it's only 4 spots, but Dizaster spot has been solidified, man. He battled Cassidy, he battled Cannabis. He's just been doing this shit for years, traveling everywhere, battled the best platform to platform. Dizaster definitely gets my vote. But does King of the Dot gain anything by bringing Dizaster back into the mix? We know Dizaster got a crazy fan base, but if King of the Dot was to reach out to Diz after everything that was said, do they lose the points when it comes to credibility and standing by their guns? Do they really need Dizaster back to get the buzz back going in the circuit? I really don't think so. I think if they stick to developing their own talent, it's all about evolution. But looking at the T7M Radio chat, man, we got a couple people say that no, he's definitely needed for King of the Dot. Bobby Tsunami said he never thought Diz was any good. Wow. That's very disrespectful early on. Shout out to Bobby Tsunami, but Smoke said KOTD needs Dizaster. Now, King of the Dot, when Dizaster was going off making his rant, they really didn't speak that much publicly about anything. So, by them not going publicly and this whole thing blowing up, to me, it does kind of leave a little bit of room for them to be able to talk things out. Possibly, and I guess from the rip, try to get things back. Bobby Tsunami says Cortez, Rock, Math, Smoke, Diz in LA. But, King of the Dot, man, for 2018, they had the Massacre event. They had the Blackout thing for it. Had some dope battles, but we gonna keep it real here. It wasn't really lit, especially as hype as what we anticipating and what we've been getting from other platforms this year. Like KOTD might not feel like they fell off, but shit has definitely changed. I'm not gonna say they fell off, but shit has definitely changed. We're not gonna act stupid. Now, Smoke says, no, I'm sorry. Smoke says King of the Dot needs new talent. Not that they need Dizaster. So I take that back. They need new talent. Well, King of the Dot has been doing a pretty good job with the Organic versus Gully, the 2v2, whatever that thing's called. What is it? GVG. So, you know, they've been doing a pretty good job of developing some talent, you know, but right now, people still want to see household names come from King of the Dot. So maybe they got to do a better job of balancing out, you know, but the Cypher says Math lost the Diz. He said Bobby Tsunami is biased as hell. Yeah, Bobby Tsunami, without a doubt, the Cypher. Shout out to the Cypher for joining the chat. Bobby Tsunami, you'll understand that he frequently needs to be drug tested with some of the disrespectfulness that he brings to the table, man. But Tsunami be on point with a lot of stuff too, so shout out to Tsunami. But I think King of the Dot and Dizaster is a relationship that should be mended. I don't think it has to be. I think Dizaster will be alright without King of the Dot and vice versa. But when it come to battle rap, man, both parties have been quiet. Like I said, Dizaster, we ain't seen much of Dizaster other than I think what the Tay-Rock battle. And, you know, King of the Dot, they just put out the Iron versus Chilla Jones battle not too long ago. That was fire, but nah. Bobby Tsunami says Sirius Jones smoked Diz, Rex smoked Diz, even Cassidy smoked Diz. Yeah, but you know what? With me, Tsunami, it's not even about win-losses with Dizaster. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of selling tickets, excitement. You know, Dizaster has a crazy fan base. King of the Dot is pretty good when it comes to marketing and promoting. I think the two elements really blend and, you know, make for good movies. Every time Dizaster's on King of the Dot, it's pretty much a movie. You know, it's always been some behind the scenes stuff that's kind of ruffled feathers, but I definitely would like to see them guys, you know, try to fix things. This T7M Radio Live, man, with 7 Mitchell. We talking Dizaster and King of the Dot. Do they need to settle their differences, man? Y'all let me know. I'm going to go ahead and put the phone number in the chat. If y'all want to call up, give y'all opinions, man, on Dizaster, if he should make a King of the Dot return or not. Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn says KOTD needs Dizaster more than Dizaster needs KOTD. Okay. Can we all agree that Dizaster is a Mount Rushmore battle rap artist? For there to be 4 spots on Mount Rushmore, I think it's safe to say Dizaster deserves one of them. I've been saying that from the beginning of time. I think we can't even debate that Dizaster, you know, doesn't deserve that type of notoriety. Now, I do remember Bobby Tsunami did tell me he unsubscribed from KOTD, so like I said, we're not going to sit up here and act like KOTD not losing no momentum. I'm not going to play them type of games, but, you know, I think when you experimenting, when you trying different things, everything is not going to be blockbuster. I was just personally disappointed with the Massacre event because they had the blackout theme. They waited too long to let people know what the battles was, and URL and RBE was giving the streets too much material, too much content, events and battles on, you know, the internet. So I personally feel like King of the Dot dropped the ball with that. Dizaster hasn't been on that platform since the Oxymoron battle. That's where a lot of issues kind of stem from as well, but I think this is a match made in heaven and needs to get back together. Smoke says she personally don't like Dizaster. Battle rap will go on without him, and he is not a Mount Rushmore candidate. Wow. Well, wait a minute, Smoke. You know, shout out to the ladies, but you know, y'all should be drug tested too. You know, we're not exempt here. Look at Dizaster's resume, man. How can Dizaster not be a candidate for the Mount Rushmore, man? I don't know any battle rapper alive that's done more than Dizaster. Let's keep it real. Dizaster and T-Rex definitely deserve spots. I put them up there before Lux, Hollow, Mook, all them cats. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. T7M Radio Live, man. But y'all drop y'all comments below and y'all let me know what y'all think about Dizaster and King of the Dot. Do they need to settle their differences, man? Do they need to go their own way? They better do something, man. I will say that, because time is of the essence. Time is definitely of the essence, man. The Cypher say Diz was the first to bring major hip-hop artists. That's what I'm saying. Like, Diz have done some groundbreaking things. Like, we can't sleep on it. Cannabis, Cassidy, traveling all over the world, battling on every platform. The opponents been top-notch opponents. I mean, it's hard to say that Dizaster doesn't deserve to be on there, man. I think the girl Smoke was being very disrespectful, man. Let's get into the next topic, man. T7M Radio Live with 7 Mitchell, man. We got to get into the next topic. Does QP, Quantum Physics, deserve a Smack URL appearance? Why in the world has QP not been on Smack URL? He may have made an appearance or two in his career, but Smack URL as we know it, QP has not touched this platform. Y'all get them likes up, man. Hit that like button. We got AJ in the building. Salute to AJ, man. Get them likes up. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about QP. Does QP deserve to be on Smack URL? Look like we got some callers in the queue. Look like we got Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn, was popping?
What's good, bro?
Oh, man, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on QP being on a URL? Why hasn't it happened, or it consistent as we think it should, or at least some think it should?
One, I feel like he had a lot of issues also too with his life, his personal issues that probably shied away from URL for actually booking him. But I think it's a travesty that he has never touched the stage. Like, he has one of the greatest pens in battle rap history. His performance is a little iffy, but when it comes to like lyricism, he's top notch. And with creativity too, I feel like he has a very creative pen, because his setups are like crazy. Like, you be thinking, where is he going with this? Then he hit you with the punch. I'd be like, wow. I think he deserves like a small room, like a Born Legacy.
But see, the thing about it is, man, we talk about the URL nowadays. A lot of the people that we really got a lot of respect for in the URL are great performers. So QP doesn't have that performance factor. Like you said, he got a great pen, but I don't see a lot of matchups making sense for QP on the URL.
But this is what I would say too. His performance is not good, but he's very funny. So that could actually help him in his favor, because I don't know if you've seen his recent battle versus Bill Collector. That's a very good battle.
Yeah, people say that Ugly has been Battle of the Year. Now, shout out to the girl Smoke in the T7M Radio chat, man. She made a good point, kind of read my mind as far as QP not being trusted. Do you think the URL could trust QP? You think there has been trust issues? That's why they ain't really trying to book him?
Yeah, I think that's the reason too. Because in other leagues he wasn't showing up. I think there was a card with John where he didn't show up. In other leagues he didn't show up, or sometimes he don't really bring his best all the time. Sometimes he may be joking around. He may give some filler rounds and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, that I understand what URL wouldn't trust him, because his best friend, Clean Paper, he's hard to trust. So it's like those two are like one of the same.
Wait a minute. We're not going to disrespect. You need to be drug tested. Wait a minute. We're not going to disrespect Clean. Clean shows up on the URL.
Not all the time.
When has Clean never showed up on the URL, man? Let's get into it. When has Clean Paper never showed up on the URL platform? Every time we seen him battle, he's performed well.
He's performed good. Like, I wouldn't say well, because you could make an argument like he was like wasn't winning battles, but and nowadays it's okay not to win battles, but he was doing more work on Black Ice to me than the URL.
Did you just say, Brooklyn? Did you just say it's okay not to win battles?
I'm not saying it's okay, but is a better way to lose. Sometimes a good loss is more impactful than a lackluster win. That's what I would say.
I'm so sick of y'all with this wins don't matter. I mean, history has shown that sometimes losers do get better matchups, but I hate when y'all go there, man. I hate when y'all push that.
I have plenty of examples to give you.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty evidence out there, but it doesn't mean that it's right. It's a lot of. Come on, man. Let's be real. Wow.
I'm telling you, man. Lose your way to the top. Lose your way to the top.
Now, the only matchup that I think will be fire, but it already happened for QP, if it was to be on the URL, would probably be against JC, but that happened on Black Ice in the cage. Who could we put QP up against? Somebody maybe like the Saga? That'd probably be his only shot.
Yeah, the Saga. Somebody with a pen. Maybe Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryder, or maybe Fettuccine 20.
But see, those two dudes, Ryder and Fetty, I think even those two dudes, even though they up and coming, they better performers. I think they would edge QP. I think the problem is, and I don't think it's nothing personal between URL and QP. When you think about it, you see all these polls and you see all the battle rappers asking people on Twitter, who should I battle next? Who should I battle next? And the fans never mention QP's name. So I think the supply and demand for QP to be on a URL card is not even up there. People don't even really give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I do agree with that. Like, as a fan, I would want to see him there, but it's all about what the consensus want.
Exactly.
If the consensus don't want him
it's
there,
not going
then
down.
He's not gonna be there.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah, shout out to the Bobby Tsunami said the QP versus JC fire. It was fire. That was a fire fucking battle, man. Shout out to Black Ice. But
it was QP is nice in that cage.
So if QP was to come back or make a URL appearance, I know you have a preference, but do you think he could do good on the main stage and a small room, or do you think he has to be small room?
He's strictly a small room battler. Like, he's in a main stage, because his vocal projection is not good. Like, it's too up and like his performance style is too up and down. It's better in a small room because he can act out his bars. It's a closed setting. It could hit more. In a big stage, I don't think those bars can hit. Like, and remember, he's very intricate too. Right. So he likes to go for the cam more than actually win in the building. So it wouldn't make sense to put him in the big stage.
Now, what's your thoughts, Brooklyn, on what we talked about at the top of the show with Dizaster and King of the Dot? Do you think they need to settle their differences, or do you think they both in a good space right now? Because neither one of them are really popping right now.
Yeah, I see a point about it. Like, this is lit right now, but he's still traveling and putting his stamp in his resume of why he's a Mount Rushmore. I feel KLTV need him more because, you know, they went down since like the Oxymoron battle. That's like their last big battle to me, and they've went down ever since. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like they do need to talk, but it's up to Diz if he wants to, like, I don't know. I think KOTD is going down.
T7M Radio Live, man. If y'all want to donate and contribute to the chat, to the network, man, the links are in the description box. The PayPal link is in the description box. We talking Dizaster and KOTD possibly settling their differences. It's an interesting thing. I think KOTD got to do something, man. They got to pull something off because even they got a champion. Head Ice is a. Y'all feel like he not no bona fide champion, but
Nah, he's not.
Don't be disrespectful.
He's not, man. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Head Ice is definitely a deserved champion, but I mean that's just seems not to be enough for that platform.
Like, let's be real. Nobody's really. People are more excited for the champion of the year than the KOTD.
We in the T7M Radio chat. DW, what is you talking about, DW? Won't you elaborate so I can put you in your place? I don't have no problem.
You need to be drug tested. That's what you need to do.
No word. Shout out to Godhead Lux, man, in the building. Besides Chilla Jones, Iron Solomon, there hasn't been any good KOTD battle, says Godhead Lux. That's what I was saying earlier, man. But see, we're not going to be that disrespectful and make it seem like every battle that they was going to put up Dizaster and Oxymoron numbers. Like, those numbers were viral. Like, yeah. So we can't expect that same wave.
But they battles don't have any replay value. That's the problem. Like, they're good battles, but are you really going back to watch them?
It's an interesting point.
Yeah, like, there's only a few battles that KOTD dropped. Like, for example, they just dropped Loso versus Moneybags. That's a good battle. It has replay value.
Right.
Like, Chilla Jones and Iron Solomon. That's one of the best battles of the year. But they don't. KOTD in years prior was really going head to head with URL. Really going head to head. Like, it was a point where KOTD was having better cards than URL at some point. But now it's not like that. Now URL is so far above them, it's crazy. Like,
KOTD was never ever in line with URL. Once again, you need to be drug tested, Brooklyn. Why do we do this?
I didn't say that they were. I said they should be toe to toe. They should give URL a little bit of competition. But now it's not even close.
All right. Well, respect due, man. This T7M Radio Live with 7 Mitchell, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Big up to my guy Brooklyn as always, man. We about to sign off. We're going to be back live again tomorrow. Do remember, we got the sports show in the morning. We talking battle rap in the afternoon. Every day, man. 5 days a week. Subscribe to the channel so y'all can stay in the loop. Links again are in the description box. Join us in the Facebook debate group, T7M Radio. And also, if y'all want to continue to contribute to the network, the PayPal link is in the description box, man. We definitely appreciate it. Y'all stay safe, man. I don't know, man. I'm still torn. I do think Dizaster and KOTD, they don't need each other, but I think they need to get it together. We out though, man. One.
I stay devoted to say the cold shit. Give my flowers now, salute a G, or when I'm gone, you can save the roses. Baking soda. If base they order, I get baking soda. Locate disorder. Terrified of that basement odor. Can't go out the country. In my city, I got cases open. Trap my body, free my mind. Now every day I taste the ocean. Last battle for Smack Drake. Watch opponent's face got posted. Drake ain't post verb. What a shocker. Wow. Drake on whole shit. Nice to niggas for what? Here we bust them down, break them open. Speak my mind. If something bugging me, I'm taught to spray the roaches. Labels told me do some songs with stars and get some great promotion, but I'm here to lighten up the bottom without the tape emotion. Wintertime, I'm faithful man. Summertime, get your hoe hit. Niggas be upset, stick out your chest, little boy. We